Well, if Bitcoin will become the ultimate type of a form of the currency been adopted by human society, I can tell exactly what's going to happen as the worst scenario or the must scenario. We're all going to die.
This is not a joke. Look at this. This was 4 years ago. We're seeing assistant director from the Chinese government giving this on Bitcoin. But present day, the tones changed for some of the presidential candidates in the U.S. Let's hear from them.
Do you believe the U.S. government should directly issue a digital currency to citizens?
I'm against central bank digital currencies. I think they will become an instrument of power and control, and ultimately they'll be used as an excuse to abolish cash currencies. What they're doing in China, if you don't meet a certain social credit score, the government can turn off your capacity to spend money, or they can program it so that your credit cards will only work, for example, at grocery stores within a half-mile radius of your home.
Right.
But they won't buy you gasoline. They
Right.
won't allow you to get an airplane ticket. They don't allow you to travel and buy items and foods in other parts of the country or abroad. And if government has those kind of powers over us, we're all in a deep trouble.
So with that, you see presidential candidate Robert Kennedy, he's telling you the downfalls of central bank digital currencies. He's also spoke on Bitcoin. That's the biggest change in 4 years. So you've seen Chinese regime, they're sitting there telling people that Bitcoin becomes a thing, everybody's gonna die. You see how the tone's changed in just 4 years. Imagine 4 years from now. So with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. Before we get started, really quick, if you want some more training, we've pulled together this 9-hour crash course for you. Understand the charts, trading, and more. You can get it just for $39.99. Also, we have it bundled together for 2 of these, the Crypto Millionaire books and that 9-hour course for a limited time edition for this price. Also, we have a master cheat sheet for airdrops. People have been making millions off airdrops. How they do it, check it out here. BitcoinBros101.com. Getting straight into it, Bitcoin has went above 69,000 at the week's open this morning. Current time it's recording, Bitcoin is still comfortably sitting around 69,000. And this seems that Bitcoin could be just in a trade sideways zone or gearing up for its next leg up. How high are we going to go? Are we going to get pullbacks? There's a lot that's going on. We've talked about the technicals and what could be happening with Bitcoin based off the inverse head and shoulders, the ABCs, the retracements and expansions. What's going to happen? Right now, we're at a very pivotal price action right here. We have to stay comfortably above previous highs back here, the $65,000 peak. This week's very important because at the end of this week, we have a monthly close. Looking at the monthly close, this will be the first candle close above this previous resistance. So what's the next few weeks going to bring once we get this close above this previous resistance around the $61,000 peak? It could get very parabolic. An update from None Your Business. What he's seeing is almost $100,000 Bitcoin before the halving. Look at this broadening channel that Bitcoin has just been respecting resistance and support. Are we going to get this run up in April? You be the judge. The DXY tells us potentially a similar story. DXY, as you see, is in a similar broadening channel with a flat base here, but put in higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, but we always come back down and retrace. This is on the weekly, so this is back in 2017. This was a 2017 Bitcoin bull market, came back up. Here's a 2020, 2021 bull market, came back up. Well, look where we're at right now. We get this massive run back down to the 90 range. This is going to be extremely, extremely bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. Look at the Gaussian channel. Every time it flipped red, we then fell down and bottomed out. Every single time we fell down, back down to this floor. And right now we see that that 20 and 200 was extremely, extremely expanded. So could this 20 come back down and cross bearishly over this 200? That could send this RSI into the floor once again to reset, and also cause the DXY to fall and cause the crypto markets to rally. So could we get that rally sooner rather than later? This looks like trend exhaustion. We put a high in, we come back up, retest the bottom level of the RSI, and haven't quite fell out of the Gaussian channel yet. We want to pay attention to this Gaussian channel. We're still trading sideways. You know, it seems like that 20 is acting as resistance, even though at the current time recording, we're above it. The next level to pay attention to is that 99 level. If we do come back down and get back below this, that's going to be putting in a lower high, and that trend is going to continue to the downside. Another update, take a look at this total 3 market capitalization. We have these triangle patterns that the total 3 comes down in bear markets, trades sideways, then blast up. Look where we are right now. We were in this triangle pattern, came down in bear markets, trade sideways, and right now getting ready to blast up. The next 6 months could be very parabolic for altcoins. Fred Krueger's weighing in. What he's saying, Amazon went public in May of 1999 at a split adjusted price of 9 cents. 14 years later, it was at 11 cents, up 120x. It seemed expensive and maybe even overvalued. Over the next 14 years, it went up $178, another 16x. So let's compare Amazon to Bitcoin. Bitcoin also started trading 2010 for 10 cents. 14 years later, went up to $67,000. That's a 670,000x. Crazy. You could definitely see why it'd be considered expensive, even relative to Amazon. But here's the biggest difference. He thinks that we'll go up another 16x from right here. So if you do that math, that's a little over $1 million Bitcoin. And then possibly 100x within the next 14 years. Yep, he said 100x. That's a $6 to $7 million Bitcoin from where we are right now. Unlike Amazon in 2011, it's still pretty early in the growth curve. We're not 10 years from world domination, more like 30. So remember this, trading is fine for making quick profits, but you make the big money by catching these waves. Almost nobody does. Bitcoin staring at you right in your face. We are still early. What we want you to take out of this, there is still time to dollar cost average in. Think about that. Even if you're able to amass up to 0.1 Bitcoin, if you're spending $200 a month, like think about what 0.1 Bitcoin will be worth if this 100x scenario plays out. That's $670,000. That's not any chump change. You don't want to let this opportunity pass. And then to leave you with this, from TA Trader Allen, we have the year of the bull run, 2013, parabolicness, 17, parabolicness, 2020, parabolic. Well, look at here, 2024 could start to get crazy before the year's out. The next 6 months, are we going to see this historic bull run occur? And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this video, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you go ahead, follow us for all our latest content. You can check out our latest content at bitcoinbros101.com. And with that, that's all I have for you, and I'm out.